Dear students, welcome to the knowledge series. We are going to discuss the continuations of the genetic algorithms, and here we will be discussing about the numerical problem. Now before that, let me discuss about this particular flowchart of the genetic programming. As you all know about that genetic algorithm, which I have stated in my previous video series, it's a search heuristic that is based on the idea of Charles Darwin theory of natural selections. And in that theory, Charles Darwin has specified the fittest of the natural selections is being considered for identifying the best populations search, and that's how this particular genetic algorithm concept is being generated. Now in this particular genetic algorithms, what we do is that the algorithm reflects on the process of the natural selections, where the fittest individuals is being selected for the reproductions in order to produce a offspring for the next generations. So that is what based on the Darwin's theory. Now if you look across here in the genetic algorithm, we start with the point. There we look for the populations to generate n individuals. N individuals means it talks about the chromosomes. So as in the initial populations, the process begins with the set of individual which we call as a populations, and in that populations, the each individuals is a chromosome is a solutions to the problem. That is what we are looking for, its solutions. And an individuals is actually characterized by the set of parameters. That means inside this particular chromosomes, we will be having individual bits. That is what we call it as gene, and that genes in other words, we combine all these genes together into a string. That is what we call as a chromosome for the solution. So that is what we are seeing here in these populations, that which type of a chromosome is sitting here. So from that chromosomes we are looking for we are coming to a point of assigning a fitness values. So what is the fitness value? You have seen in my previous discussion is that we try to create some values based on the Rowlett wheels. So that is what we discuss in the fitness sections. Now from the fitness sections, what we are going to select the parents 1 and parents 2, that is a 2 individual or a 2 chromosome to go for which they will go for a mate, and thereby they recombine to create a new offsprings. That is what they use a crossover to operate to produce offsprings. And here in this particular case, the fitness value, as you know that we discussed the different types, Rowlett wheel selections, stochastic, universal sampling selections, tournament selections, then rank selections. These are nothing but the different way we are used to select the individual parents based on the fitness values. Even including a random selections also we have been considered. Now here when we talk about once we gets the 2 parents, that is a natural selections, then what we do is then we go for a crossover. And what are the different crossover? We are going for a 1-point crossover or a multi-point crossover, uniform crossover, whole arithmetical crossover, Davis order crossover. Like that we discussed different crossover, including there are some other crossover points are there, like a partial mapped crossover, order based crossover, shuffle crossover, ring crossover. All this thing is coming under that crossover, and that crossover is the one which is going to produce the new offsprings. Now here one more point you have to understand, in the fitness functions what we are actually going to do is that we are determining the populations or populations individuals, that is a chromosome. So the individual which is fit, having a fitness score better as compared to the other individuals, the probability of that individual will be selected for the reproduction based on the fitness score for the new population selections. And in the population selections phase, the fittest individual is being actually selected for the crossover. So here the two parents is selected from the n individuals, and that two individuals is that nothing but the two crossover chromosomes. So that is what I mean to talk to you with respect to the individual case. So these crossover will, after completing the crossover, then the next part is nothing but we go for the verification whether the crossover is finished or not. If it is finished, then we go for the next stage. We will be selecting one offspring from here. If it is not over, it will go back and this process will continue. So among the here the offspring which is generated, there also we are assigning a scoring, and from there once this is terminated from the assigned scoring of the offspring, the fittest is being selected, and that selected fittest offspring, we are going for a mutations. And applying the mutations, what we do, we try to apply a different type of a mutation technique, like a bit flip mutations, swap mutations, scramble mutation, inversion mutations, like that. Different mutation techniques are there. We select one of the mutation technique and apply, and from there we try to create a new offspring, and we in that offspring we apply the fittest value, because that offspring is the one which is finally taken for the finally taken for the new generations to create. So after the mutation is finished, then the individual the offspring is considered as a new populations, and also this offspring will replace the older populations, particular whichever is weak in the form of age based or in the fitness based, that is replaced by the new offspring, and that process will continue. And if the objective is not reached, this will keep on following, and once the objective is is met and there is no need for a further improvement, and you find that the results is remaining almost all constant, then genetic algorithm will terminate. This is how the flow chart of the genetic algorithm follows the complete structure. So start, new populations, fitness value finding, from there the two individual is selected, a new offspring is formed, and its score is being identified, and if the crossover is finished, it goes to the selection of one new offspring. From there mutations apply and assigning the fitness values, and this mutations muted offspring is going to replace the old individual, and this process continue, and once everything is reached to the final objective, it terminate and it finish. Now we go to the one of the numerical problem to understand how this genetic algorithm is really going to apply and going to show us the meaningful results about what exactly means all these stages we are discussed, crossover we discussed, mutations, all these things, but how actually it is going to reflect in the numerical problem, that is the very challenging, and that's how we can able to understand more. So let us see here. Now in this example which you are seeing, knapsack problem of a genetic algorithm. So here in this problem you can see a table on the left side. Item is given A, B, C, D, weight is given 537 kg, 5 kg, 3 kg, 7 kg, 2 kg of all these items, A, B, C, D item, and every individual item's value is given. A items 5 kg, rupees 12, B item 3 kg, rupees 5, C item 7 kg, rupees 10, D item 2 kg weight and 7 rupees cost. Now what is stated here, there are 4 items. Each item is associated with some weight and its value of the items. Now this is a knapsack. Actually knapsack means just like in the army they are putting this knapsack on their back. So it is the carry bag. So that carry bag should carry maximum items but with a minimum load. So this is the logic behind that knapsack. So it is there is a knapsack K with a limited capacity that can hold maximum 12 kg. So that is, you cannot go more than 12 kg. So and how this knapsack is being created, it is a nylon type or a leather bag or a canvas bag material. So here if you add this total weight, it is coming as 17 kg. So your 17 kg you cannot put inside, maximum is 12 kg. So you have to select which combinations that can be able to fit. So that is the problem. So which item should be kept in the knapsack, so as it will be maximize the knapsack value without breaking the knapsack. So that is how we have to look for the problem. Now you know that the stages is initialization population, fitness assignment, and then your crossover, mutations, survivor solutions, and terminations. So this is how our stages are being shown. So we will start with the step. So in the step 1, what we are seeing is that we are saying selecting the populations, and that is populations initializations. So here we are taking a populations. In this one, A, B, C, D is being shown. That is the our populations we are creating in terms of a 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. How it is created? Based on this, we are taking this 5 kg and converting in the form of a binary. So we are considering 5 kg as a fine numerical value. So that value we are converting into binary. So this first chromosome we are taking C1. So here there is a statement is that 0 and 1. So that is a conversions of the binary digit to decimal values. So that is what we or integer value we convert it. Now here when we take this first value, we are what we are considering is that we are considering that bit the bit value which we randomly selected, that is the initial population, but that bit value we are considering with respect to the individual positions. Say for example, if a bit value is here, D is 1, that means it is 7 there. If it is here, it is 1, then 10 is coming. So that's how we are selecting the values of the bits. That you have to make it to understand if it is a value. If it is a weight, then we will take 2 here and 7 here. So like that we proceed for checking the value and weight. And that value and weight, it should be in such a way that the weight should not exceed more than 12 kg. That should be there in your mind. So if the moment if it is exceeding more than that we will not take into consideration, because the weight is the constraint here. It is being stated, maximize the value of maximize the knapsack value without breaking the knapsack. That means the weight is being considered. Now let us see here. In this case, when we go to the next paragraph, you will find this particular case is that the fitness functions, because we got the populations. So in these populations we are having the 0, 1, 1, 0. Why 0, 1, 1, 0? That is the first 5 kg. Now in the 5 kg, what is the value of 5 kg? If you take the value is it is specified as these these two values 5 and 10. So you see here it is these two value B and C is 1, so 5 and 10, and here it is 3 and 7, you remember in your mind. So here 5 and 10 you got the value 15, weight is 3 and 7 10 kg. So you have seen that 12 kg is greater than 10 kg, so C1 is accepted, so this is okay for the fitness, so we consider. Similarly we go for the C2 and we try to see that 0 1 0, so we take the value of knapsack value 3 and 5. You can see that these two value first B and D, so 5 and 7 and 3 and 2, so that is what it is mentioned. 5 and 7 is 12, 3 and 2 is 5, so 12 is again if you 12 kg is greater than 5 kg, you focus on the weight because value is not the consideration is being taken. If you take a value, then also we have to then in that case we have to take both the factor for doing a comparisons. Now next we go for a 1101. So 1101 is nothing but A, B and D. So here we have 12, 5, 7, 5, 3, 2. So when you combine these three, you are getting here 24 and another is a 10 kg. So you find that 12 kg is greater than 10 kg, so it is also accepted. Now what is next? Next is a all triple one and all one. So all one means you are considering all this kg. So you know that if you are considering all this particular kg, then in that case its value will be exceeding. So that is what you see here. It is going to be 17 kg because we are adding, and here in this case value is 34. So since 17 kg is greater than 12 kg, so 12 kg is smaller than 17 kg, we are discarding this C4. So we are not taking this C4. We are having only C1, C2 and C3. And this one we are from these two we are going to look for the fittest. So what we find in this case in the first case you find the value is what 15. You have got 15 case here you got 15, here you got 5, here you got 24. So among this value you are summing up everything and divide and that is equal to 15. So what you do, you divide this one by 51, this one by 51 and this one by 51. So what you will when you divide that particular things, you automatically you will be getting some value, that is the value which is related to the highest probability you are looking for. So that is how you can able to select for the probability. So when you divide 15 divided by 51 and when you divide 24 divided by 41, so you will be getting a different probability values. So based on the highest probability you will prefer. So in this case when you look into the probability calculations with respect to these three figures, you will be noting down is that in this case C3 has the highest probability as compared to C1 and then followed by C2. So C3, C1, C2, that is how you can able to go, or C3, C2, C1. That's how you can take the different combinations, and based on that combination you go for a crossover. So first case you will take you have chosen the C3 and C2. Let us take, you prefer C3 and C2 among that one because you have a possibility among these three fits. So you have a C3 and C1. This having first highest probability. This is lower, then this is lower. So C3 and 7 as taken. So what is C3? 1 1 0 1, and this one is 0 1 0 1 1 0. So that is the C3 you know 1 1 0 1 and C2 is 0 1 1 0. So this is the next combinations which you are taking into considerations. So here this is not C2, here this is C1, because if you are selecting this one, this is C1. How you are going to know? You can see this one. This is C3 is 1101 and another is 0110, that is C1. So you can take a C1 for your corrections, or otherwise you change the bit. Here this one is C1 and this one is C1, not C2. Okay. Now here we are going for a 1 bit crossover, 1 point crossover you can take. So we are taking a crossover at this point. So what we do, 110 we keep it, 1 and 0 we are shuffling. So this becomes 0 and this become 1. So that is what we are seeing here. So the new offspring has come here like this one. So if you are taking C1 and C2, sorry, this is not 2, this is 1 for your understanding. This is 1, this is 2, okay. This is 1 because from here we are created. From C1 and C3 and C1 we have got a 2 offspring. This is OS1 and OS2. And C3 and C2 we are keeping it as it is. This will not go for a crossover because it will be remaining for the next generation. So we are keeping this combination for the generation 3. Now the next point you have to remember is that if you have this offspring that is a C1, that is a OS2. This OS2 is what 001, 001, or then in that case we will go for converting it back to 0. Then in the next case we will go for converting this offspring to mutation. We can mute this one, and once we mute this particular case, and then it will be ready for replacing the other populations which is there in the generations. So among this population, if you see this one, C1, C3, C2, C3, C1. So the C1, C3 we got it this one. Among this one we can take it, we can even replace the C1 also. So that's how we can able to take into consideration and go further. Or we can take this population, or we can take OS1 with this one, OS2 with this one. Like that, a multiple combination is there, and we continue in the next stage after the mutation. So here if you do a mutation means 0111, so we can change this bit by 0. Or if you are taking this one, we can take this bit and convert to 0. That is depending upon the selections. So after doing the mutations, we will further take and we'll try to see that how fast our global maxima or a global minima has reached, and this how the consideration of the new populations will continue for producing, and once the objective is reached, we terminate. Now we go with another one example, which is you can refer to the soft computing books on written by S.S. Sivanandam and S.M. Deepa, and you can refer to the page number 418, where you will be finding this example. This is a very good example for you to understand, because such type of questions appears in the university question papers, and how will you able to solve it. Now here the problem is stating is that consider the problem of maximizing a function. Now here a function is given, fx is equal to x square. Okay, so suppose in a question exam paper they given fx is equal to x square plus 2x plus 1. Such type polynomial equation, if it is coming of a degree, various degrees, so automatically how will you able to solve it? Whatever it may be, here we are taken one function which is given in the book as fx is equal to x square. Now from this x, they have given that x is permitted to vary from 0 to 31. So the range is given, the variation of the range is given 0 to 31. And based on this variation, the step is to solve the problem of the genetic algorithm. So how will you solve this problem? To solve this particular problem, you can see this one is that we are going to create this table. Now how this table is being created, let's see this one. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to assign a number 0 as 0, 0, 0, 0, like a 5 zeros, and 31 is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and that is 5 ones. So that is how we have taken into considerations. And based on the objective functions, fx is equal to x square, and based on these x values, we are taken into considerations 4 values. That is because randomly we are selecting initialized populations of 4 values. Now in these 4 values, based on the x is equal to 1, we are the x values taken from 0 to 31 4 values. You see here 12, 25, 5, 90. That is what we are taken from here, this point. So that is written here. And if you see here, its binary equivalent is written here. So that is the binary value. And what this value ranges from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 5 ones, 5 zeros. In that, these values are coming. Now what we are going to do, we are writing a fitness function fx is equal to x square. Now fx is equal to, we are doing a squaring of these values. So we got these values. So that is fx is equal to x square we have got. Now what we are going to do is that now we are going to find the probability. Now how will you find the probability? We are first of all we are adding all these things together. So when you add all these things together, we are getting 1155. Now in this 1155, we are selecting the first P1. The first P1 we are selecting, and we are going to first P1 we are selecting the first P1 we are selecting the 144 and dividing this one with the 1155. So once we divide this one with 1155, we are getting this probability 0.1247. So similarly, we are dividing 625 with 1155. So once we divide this one with, we are going to get this one. Like that, we are dividing all this value with 1155, and we are going to get these values. That is what is written here with respect to this one. And if you multiply this one with 100, you are getting a percentage populations here. Now here you have to see one more thing is that the maximum value. What is this maximum value? Maximum value is among this one is which is maximum 625. So 625 is here, and we are, if you are taking the total sum and divide by 4, we are getting an average here. So that is what it is being shown here. Similarly, we take the probabilities also. We sum this one, so automatically is going to be 1. And we are taking an average, it is going to be here. And we are taking a maximum, it is going to be here like that one among these things. And when we take in terms of 100%, we are going to get this one, the similar value. And when we combine it, it's getting 100 sum, average 25, a maximum 25. Now, we go to the next expected count. Now, expected count, how we are going to find is that this 144 divided by this average is nothing but this one. So similarly, we follow for the remaining, and we get this one. And after getting this one, that is 625 by 228.75, 25 by 288.75, 361 by 288.75, like that we get this one. We sum it, we get this value. We take the total sum, divide by 4, we get average. Then we take the maximum amount this one, so we get 2.1645. So that is how we created this one. Now once this particular thing is there, so now what does it indicates here? That means we are obtaining the populations, and we are looking for the fitness functions. That is the second stage. And after doing in the fitness functions, how fitness is that one? For that we are now going to find the actual count based on the Rowlett wheel. Now we are going to apply the Rowlett wheels conditions. Now here, if you look across the Rowlett wheel conditions, now here this is having a highest probability. So, and this is followed by this one. This is followed by this one, and this is followed by this one. So if you see this one, if you take the percent, if you look across 54.1, if you take a circle and if you try to look for the 54.11, you just see, okay, here before I go to that one, you see probability is this one is finding the probability of this one, that is total f of x divided by total sum. Then expected count is nothing but this expected count is nothing but whatever fx is this one divided by the average value of this one, that is what. So that is what we termed with respect to the average function expected count counting, and where the average value is nothing but the total f of x divided by number n is equal to 4. Now here that is what I was talking about to you with respect to this probability. If you try to see this roulette wheel, this selection, you see this is having this much region, the next region is this one, then this one, this one, then followed by this one. So if you look across the first this string, this is the string 2. What is string 2? This is 1 2 3 4. Now if you look across the string 2, the string 2 occupies 54.11% of the roulette wheel. So it is having a more chance because if you take this one, it is twice. If you take this one, it is nearly twice. If you take this one, it is multiple times. I think that it is nearly 12 times. Okay, so that's all. So here the chances is more. So we can give the high actual count can be considered as a high value. So that is 2 we are giving. Now if you take these two, this is coming more or less same if you are comparing with the. So we are giving here 1 1 count. So here because 12.47, so it is nearly 4 times. So here this one, this is nearly 1 point something. So we can take this one into consideration. Otherwise first this one, then this one. But if you take this one, we can neglect it because this is having a least value. So we can the occurrence in this case is that means if you are having an arrow, that is what we discussed in the case with respect to our fitness functions, how the fitness function is being shown. The fitness function is based on the roulette wheel, and in the roulette wheel we have displayed that it is having a mark. That particular mark is known as the fixed point mark. So in this case, fixed point mark is for a very small interval, whereas this one is more larger interval. So we will take this one into consideration, and based on these considerations we will be going with the next table. So that is the next table. You can see this one. We have taken 1, then we have taken, that is the 1 is nothing but 0 1 1 0. How we got it? You see here the 1 0 1 1 0. Then we have taken 2 1 1 0 0 1. That is what 1 1 0 0 1. Then we have taken 3 1 1 0 0 1. That is one. That is what we have taken. And here when we try to see this one, the fourth case 1 0 0 1 1, that is the fourth condition is being shown over there. No, the third condition 0 1 1 0 we have taken. The second condition, this is more probability. So this will replace this one, because if you look across the third one is nothing but 0 1 1 0 0 0 1 0 1, which is having 2.16 probability. So that is replaced. So that is replaced by the one which is on the second, because second is having highest probability. So this is what you have to understand. The after fitness, the best chromosomes we are going we have been taken for the meeting point. So in the meeting point we have selected new parents. So here the the weakest one is replaced by the highest probability. So this will go for the crossover. Now in the crossover point, if you try to see, we have taken 0 0 1 1 and 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 1. That is what we have shown here. Now here what we try to observe in this case is that from this we are trying to create the new offsprings generations. Now based on the new offspring generation, how it is, you see this is a single point crossover, so this value is created. So that is what we have got, the new offspring in this case from this one. So that is what we have written here. You can see this one, this has changed here in this particular scenario. And here what we have done, we have taken this one, we are going for the 2-point crossover. We did a 2-point here, and we try to change this bit 0 and 1, and when we change this particular bit, so that becomes a 2-point crossover. Here we have gone with the 2-point crossover, and here we went with the single point crossover. Now that's how we created this bit, and we have converted this one into a numerical value, so that is coming binary to decimal value. So we have got 13, 24, 27 and 17. So now this new value is the one which we are applying to fx is equal to x square. The way we have taken here, the previous value was this one. From here we have got we have created fx is equal to x square. Now we have got a new value, and here we are trying to create fx is equal to x square. We have taken a sum, we have taken an average, and we have maximized this one. Now if you look further, this particular scenario, offspring after crossover, we have got 0, that is this value which was there in the previous case. That is what is coming here. We have got 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 and 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 1. This is only after the crossover. Now after this one, we are going for flipping. Flipping scenario we have taken into considerations. So mutation for chromosome for a flipping. Now here if you watch carefully, what is this one? We have taken some value, and that value we are combining with this one. So it's a XOR situations. So 0 1 1 0 1 0, all this thing is coming. So we are applying that operations. So here 1 0, here 1, other 0, then 1. So that's how we try to create this new offspring mutations, and further its value is being also converted, and from there we try to see the fitness value. So if you look across this particular case, we have got a fitness value as 2 5 4 6 6 636.5 and 841. Now here if you try to see, initially we were having the value this one 288.75, and now we have got a new value. Now that new value is nothing but how much we have got a new value as 636.5. Now previously we were having the value about 625. Now it becomes 841. So that's how the genetic algorithm you try to improvise the variation in the bits, and we find that by following by initialized populations, following the fitness, following the crossover, following the mutation, we create a new population, and we continue that process until we find certain values which is best compared to the previous results. Then we will be considering that one as the final point for us to terminate. So this is how the numerical problem of the genetic algorithm works. So you can change this value, and you can work on the similar way and try to see how your value is changing. Finally, we are going to the concluding sections in the genetic algorithm advantage and disadvantage. The advantage part, if you try to see, it is easy to understand, and not only it is easy to understand, it is interesting also, and the genetic algorithm is a heuristic method, so the search is based on the population's point of view, and once the objective informations, you don't need a derivative functions here, because just like you do in the neural network back propagation, you go for a mean square error, you do a derivations, that is not needed. So here you change the bit level positions to compute for the compute, and moreover you use a probabilistic methods for computing the the fit test values, and that's how you able to do the faster computations, and it is more efficient. Moreover, you can see this one is that it is even there is a noise, it can able to produce it can do a corrections, because we try to select the best parents for the muting purpose, so that's why we try to mate the best parents for the mate to produce the new offsprings. So that is the things, and it can have a robust with respect to gradient descent methods on maxima and minima identifications, and the genetic algorithm is always compute based on the parallelized way, and it can able to represent in many forms, decimal forms or integer forms or in the binary forms, and you can able to compute it, and it is also suitable for the stochastic applications, and it can work even in the discrete and in the continuous problem to solve to see the multi-objective problem can able to handle, and it can give not only a single solutions but a good solutions you can able to attain, and moreover its search space is very large, so there are large number of parameters involved in the genetic algorithm, so there is a you can go for a bigger or a complex problem to solve. But on the other hand, when you look across the limitations of this particular it suffers from a certain factors. Now genetic algorithm is not suitable for a simple problems because it need a particular art to implement its design structures model. So if you are going for a simple structure, it is not suitable, because you can there is no derivative informations in this available, and moreover the complexity increases in this way. That's why it is a genetic algorithm requires less information about problem, but designing an objective function and getting a representation and operator rights are difficulty. So that is what exactly means to calculate the fitness value, and computational becomes expensive for in this case, and it is a time consuming optimizations tools. So that's how. But anyhow, genetic algorithm always consider as a efficient tools that can give a best solutions, even if time to time it takes for the consumption time to compute it is more, still then it can able to give a better results. So in this case you find that as compared to the fuzzy information or a neural network, genetic algorithm is differently its application is in a different direction. So let us talk about the applications in the final concluding sections. So if you see the genetic algorithm, it is nowadays being used for the artificial intelligence, machine learning application. It is used for the robotics applications, because nowadays robotic application has increased, so that's why like movement, body movement, your leg movement, your hand movement, all these things needs efficient optimizations technique. So that is what it is being used for the image processing, video processing, signal processing applications. Wherever trajectory condition is there, so, like for example for a robot arms to move from one point to another, so such type of applications you have been using genetic algorithm or scheduling algorithms. If you are having a particular set of activities you have to perform, or you have to schedule the multiple tasks, the scheduling algorithm can be worked with the work based on the genetic algorithm principle. Crime detections, genetic algorithm plays a very important role. Optimizations tool for researchers, this is one of the best tools in the financial sectors. How you can able to predict or how you can able to modulate for predictions about the economic that can be modeled through these genetic algorithms. Finally, it can, because of the heavy parallel processings, genetic algorithm proved to be suitable for various AI applications, aircraft designs. If you, genetic algorithm is also suitable for the design of aircraft by varying the parameters, especially for the better solutions. Of course, it is also used for the multimodal optimizations because genetic algorithms is considered to be a good approach for a multimodal optimizations for finding a best solutions and many more. So that's how the genetic this is increased. Genetic algorithms applications, genetic algorithms problems, everything is one of the current research trend, and it has been there for a long time. So with this I conclude the discussions with respect to the genetic algorithm. Thank you.